Welcome in, everybody. I'm Sam the Man, and this is the Mountaineer Effect, brought to you by GGTV. Before we get started, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button. Follow us here on YouTube. I want to give a big shout out to the Golden Blue Dude for having me on as a special guest on this past Wednesday night. Also want to give a big shout out to Joey Foster for setting that up. I greatly appreciate it. Today, guys, I want to talk a little bit about Neal Brown. Now, I've been hard on Neal Brown. Everybody's been a little hard on Neal Brown. And then you lose to Maryland, and then everybody gets really, really, really down on Neal Brown. But I want you to put this into perspective. If you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. And that's exactly what Neal Brown is doing in Morgantown. There's no doubt about it. He is building a program and facilities like we have never seen in our lifetime here at Milan Puskar Stadium. West Virginia has built a new $10 million Olympic sports facility, which is going to be one of the biggest upgrades we've seen for the Mountaineer football team in the history of the program. Neal Brown has accomplished more than Dane Holgorsen did in his whole tenure at West Virginia. And that's what you got to remember is I hate hearing trust the climb. It sends chills up my spine. I really do hate hearing it. But you have to trust the climb because so far it's working. Now, we're not seeing instant results like we'd like to see. I don't want to lose to Maryland. You don't want to lose to Maryland. Nobody wants to lose to Maryland, but we did. And there's going to be other losses that's, we're going to talk about and be aggravated about, but that's just the nature of the beast. There's a lot more going on than just football games right now. Something else Neal Brown has done in his 3 years at Mountaineer Field that nobody else has ever accomplished. He's got the highest recruiting class in the history of West Virginia football coming in next year. Number 23 ranked recruiting class in the country with 5 4-star players and 12 3-star players. It's the highest recruiting class ever. You think about that. You think about the great players that we've had here at West Virginia, and then you think about what is to come. That is what Neal Brown is doing. That is a statement in itself. He is building something that we as Mountaineer fans can be proud of and that will usher in a new era of West Virginia Mountaineer football. And just as the face of the FBS is changing, so does the shape of the Mountaineer football program. And it couldn't be happening at a better time. And not only is our coach doing that for us, but he's one of the most well-spoken, kind, state-loving, state-embracing coaches we've ever had. And that means a lot. Dane Holgorsen didn't care about West Virginia, didn't care about the fans. He didn't care about the state. He didn't care about I wondered sometimes if he even cared about his own daggone players. He didn't care. Rich Rod obviously didn't, even though, people might argue that, but the way he left shows that he was never in. Neal Brown is in. He's showing you through his actions that he's in. He is recruiting on a national stage that is just incredible. He's winning out on recruits that's just incredible. You're going to hear the name Nico a lot as we move forward, and that's going to be the quarterback coming in next year, and he is going to shock and awe you guys. If you haven't watched any of his highlight films, I strongly suggest you go to YouTube. Nico Maricholo. Type in Nico, it'll come up, guarantee you. Watch this dude in action. This is the future of West Virginia football under Neal Brown. This is what we have to look forward to. So I'll stop being so hard on Neal Brown. You guys stop being so hard on Neal Brown. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to obliterate him when it comes to analytic stuff. Neal, if you're watching, use your gut. Use your gut. Just one time when it comes down to a big decision making play in the game. Put down the stat sheet, put down the analytics sheet, and use your gut. We Mountaineers appreciate gutsy calls. Rich Rod had some gutsy calls. Dana had some really gutsy calls. Don Nealon, gutsy. But we do appreciate gutsy calls. We appreciate going for it. We want to win. We don't want to play to not lose. We want to play to win. So let's coach to win. I'm Sam the Man. This is the Mountaineer Effect. Catch me on the next one. Let's go, Mountaineers.